want him to translate it.
Yes, yeah. It's kind of like Louie, obviously. Ah, yes. Back in the day, oh, no, you can't play that song. It's obscene. It's profane. Yeah, everything else. And it isn't.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of those things were done for one reason. It's called promotion.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well.
But some people said it's the gospel, it's the truth.
Yeah,
Believe
well,
me.
they still say that about things now on the internet. It's so much easier to spread the lies and disinformation.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Oh, well. And, you know, with all the social distancing, the self-isolation and everything, life goes on as, well, just at my house, right by the front gate, I have a hummingbird nest, and we have a baby hummingbird.
Well, well, you probably have some big hummingbirds, too.
Well, yeah, Mama is there all the time, and because Mama knows I feed her, and so, yeah, she tolerates me, and I've gotten a look at the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And my neighbor, Pete, they've got a hummingbird nest. There's 2 babies in their nest.
2?
Yeah.
Wow.
Little tiny bitty little nest, and there's 2 little tiny bitty hummingbirds.
No, yeah, I didn't know that they had more than one. I figured it was, you know, one and that was it.
Yeah, one and done. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then this morning, as Pam and I were having a cup of coffee in the kitchen, had the door open, and hoot, hoot, hoot. Yeah, we had our neighborhood owl was in the backyard.
So he's back over your way.
He's back over our way, and he had breakfast with him.
Uh-oh.
So
he was carrying it around.
He was, yes. When he took off out of the tree in our backyard, he was carrying it.
Well, hey, you know, you catch it, you go to all that trouble, you don't want anybody else to take it.
Yeah, it's kind of like catch and carry, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cash and carry.
Birthdays
Attack
today.
And carry.
Yeah. And he's got about a 4-foot wingspan.
Yeah, he's a big bird.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
A big one.
Let's see. Birthdays today. Actress Claudia Cardinal is 82. Singer, guitarist Dave Edmonds is 77. Actor Michael Tucci is 74. Actress Lois Chiles, 73. Actress Amy Wright, 70. Actor Sam McMurray is 68. Actress Emma Thompson, 61. Actor Danny Pino is 46. Actor Luke Evans, 41. Seth Rogen, 38. Actress Alice Braga is 37. Actress Samira Wiley, 33. Actress Leonie Elliott, 32. Actress Emma Watson, Hermione from the Harry Potter movies, is 30. Actress Maisie Williams is 23. Those would be our big shot birthdays. And I think we have some local birthdays, and we'll get right to them.
The president announced that he will extend social distancing guidelines through April 30th.
In the Kxo newsroom, we've got a COVID-19 update from the Imperial County Health Department.
Coronavirus is affecting everyone.
He's issued a domestic travel warning
First
for
coronavirus death in Baja California.
Was diagnosed with COVID-19.
COVID-19 survival.
Globally, we have passed the 500,000 mark.
Stay home. Stay home. Stay home. Stay home.
Hope everybody's safe.
Let's celebrate our KXO birthdays. Happy birthday, Giselle Gomez, Jonathan Silva, Javier Lopez, Yolanda Mayoral, Jose Valles, Noah De La Rosa, Eric Castro, Kathy Kennerson, Summer Stewart, Hank Kuiper, Henry Cornejo, Marissa Villoria, Rosie McGraw, Zoe Terrazas Baxter, Cheryl Walker, Jose Zapata, and 3-year-old twins Elise and Ezekiel Ramos. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay, and this used to be tax day.
Yes.
Yeah, used to be.
Well,
But
at least for this year. We don't want to
Yes.
confuse people.
Yeah, pay your taxes. I need that stimulus check.
Yes. You've got more time.
Yes.
More time.
Yeah, but if you owe the money, you owe the money.
Yeah. That's usually the way it is. But you have more time to owe the money.
Yeah. Is the government going to charge interest on that?
Well, probably.
They always have a way. If you're late, they charge you interest and penalties. If they're late, so what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, today, by the way, is Banana Day. Now, do you remember when you were a kid, you played with a banana and pretended it was a phone, right? Okay.
A phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Now, I think kids do the same thing with a Pop-Tart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Pop-Tart, yeah. A phone, yes. Very much so.
Anyway.
Looks like a phone. I mean, all Pop-Tarts do.
Yes, they do. You just don't get the icing all over your chin. Oh, well. Anyway, all sorts of things happening. We've got news. The governor has a plan. So that'll be interesting.
And we have some flooding.
Yes.
From early this morning.
Yeah, but it wasn't raining.
No, that was the first thing you think. Well, the sky's pretty clear. I didn't hear any rain.
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
Okay, well, we'll tell you about it. Film at 11. But right now, we've got to look at World and California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. They are your year-round comfort specialists.
CBS News update. When the country reopens, it'll have to be with caution and space. CDC Director Robert Redfield.
I do think we're going to have some social distancing that's going to be a critical part of our strategy as we go forward.
New York City has added nearly 3,800 deaths to its COVID-19 totals, people with symptoms who weren't tested. Mayor Bill de Blasio.
Another one of those sobering moments, understanding the sheer totality of what's been thrown at us and what we're fighting our way through.
There's no stay-at-home order in South Dakota, but after nearly 800 cases in and near Sioux Falls, Mayor Paul Tenhaken wants one. He spoke with CBS's David Begnaud.
What are the numbers in terms of data that you have that's driving your stay-at-home request?
Well, right now we're doubling. We've been doubling every 4 days for the last 18 days. I would rather be chastised for being overcautious than chastised for saying, why didn't you act, Mayor?
CBS News Update, I'm Peter King.
Lock Air Conditioning wants you to protect the things you care about. Protect your family with the air scrubber that utilizes Active Pure, certified technology to protect against airborne and surface contaminants. Clean, deodorize, purify, and protect not only your family, but your home. The air scrubber installs easily to your heating and cooling system, and it's made in the USA. Call Lock Air Conditioning now for details. 760-353-4501. Lock Air Conditioning, and protect the things you care about. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Governor Gavin Newsom laying out plans for reopening the economy, saying it won't be immediate and life won't go back to normal right away. When you get to a restaurant, waiters will likely be wearing masks and gloves, and menus will be disposable.
Where your temperature is checked before you walk in to the establishment.
But before anything is reopened, the governor says the state needs more testing and contact tracing and the ability to protect the vulnerable. The number of COVID-19 cases in the state approaching 28,000 with 790 deaths. LA Mayor Eric Garcetti announcing Tuesday night the deaths of 40 more Los Angeles residents, the most since the crisis began.
For comparison, the past 7 days have seen an average daily increase of 28 new deaths. So this is 12 higher than that. Deaths are doubling still every 6 days on average.
Garcetti saying the city has enough test kits and doesn't need to prioritize people anymore. Low 80s in Los Angeles, upper 70s in the Bay Area. A cool down on the way tomorrow. Jeff Scott, California News.
World and California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. Right now, the perfect time to replace that air conditioner. Yeah, it barely made it through last summer. It's not going to hold up this year, so get it replaced now. Lock Air Conditioning and custom sheet metal.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's #1, #2 employee. Leave a message at the... Hey, Jamie, it's me, Jamie. This is your daily pep talk. I know it's been rough going ever since people found out about your a cappella group, Mad Harmony, but you will bounce back. I mean, you're the guy always helping people find coverage options with the Name Your Price tool. It should be you giving me the pep talk. Now get out there, hit that high note, and take Mad Harmony all the way to nationals this year. Sorry, it's pitchy.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Sanders here. In times like these, there's nothing more comforting than comfort food you don't have to cook. So get a $20 fill-up from KFC. Choose from 8 pieces of original recipe or extra crispy chicken, or get 12 tenders. Comes with all the fixings to feed your whole family. Order ahead at KFC.com. Our drive-thrus are still open. Or stay in. Get free KFC delivery by Grubhub. With buckets of love, Colonel Sanders. Participating locations only. Prices may vary. Taxes, substitutions extra. Free delivery exclusively by Grubhub for a limited time. Additional fees apply. Terms apply. Participating KFCs on Grubhub.
It's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 is a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They're open to take care of your automotive service needs. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro.
Taking a look at the latest in local news, Governor Gavin Newsom has announced a plan that uses 6 key indicators to be considered before modifying the stay-at-home order. The governor acknowledged the progress being made in flattening the curve and the increased preparedness of the state's health care system, but said that any modifying of the stay-at-home order must be done by using a gradual, science-based, and data-driven formula. The 6 indicators California will use for modifying the order are the ability to monitor and protect our communities through testing, contact tracing, isolating, and supporting those people who are positive or exposed, the ability to prevent infection in people who are at risk for more severe coronavirus, the ability of the hospital and health systems to handle surges, the ability to develop therapeutics to meet the demand, the ability of businesses, schools, and child care facilities to support physical distancing, and the ability to determine when to reinstitute certain measures, such as the stay-at-home orders, if necessary. Governor Newsom said while Californians have stepped up in a big way to flatten the curve and buy us time to prepare to fight the virus, at some point in the future, we will need to modify our stay-at-home order. The governor gave no precise timeline for any modifications, but said that the 6 indicators will be used as the framework for making that decision. And in other local news, the Imperial County Mental Health Board meeting scheduled for April 21st at noontime, noon to 1, in training room 202 at 202 North 8th Street has been canceled. The next scheduled meeting is May 19th, and that will be held via teleconferencing. KXO News Time 7:43.
It's Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers for your service needs. Whether it's a lube job, oil and filter change, brake job, battery or wheel balance and alignment, Quick Lane can handle it. And Quick Lane services all makes and all models. Oh, and by the way, you never need an appointment. Tires, all the best brands at the best price, guaranteed. See your Quick Lane service advisor for details. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in the Brawley Auto Plaza, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and on Imperial Avenue in El Centro, right next to Food for Less.
Well, there was an early morning fire earlier this week. George Gale filed this story.
It was reported at just after 3 yesterday morning. El Centro Fire responded to the scene at Gio's Mobile Homes in the 1800 block of West Lincoln Avenue. Assistance was requested from the County, Imperial, and Kxo fire departments. Kxo could not respond. 5 trailers were evacuated, but firefighters were able to keep the blaze from spreading to surrounding structures. The damage was described as total. No injuries were reported. Crews were able to wrap up at the scene at around 6 a.m. No injuries were reported. Officials say cause of the fire is still under investigation. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
At 5:15 a.m. This morning, the California Highway Patrol received a report that there was flooding in the roadway. That was West Evan Hughes Highway and Forester Road, just west of El Centro. Again, it was not from rain, as we said, but I would assume from the overflow of a canal. That will conclude this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
At Dr. Azinge Family Medicine, 2026 Imperial Avenue, Suite D in El Centro. You'll find distinctive, compassionate care for the family, 5 years and up. Dr. Azinge Family Medicine provides one stop for the whole family. Senior care, women's care, pap smears, hormonal health replacement therapy, Suboxone treatment, and more. We take most insurance. Affordable cash rates available too. Call to make an appointment at 760-693-5372. That's 760-693-5372. Dr. Azinge Family Medicine. Optimal care for the whole family. 2026 Imperial Avenue, Suite D in El Centro.
It's page 2 of the local news and a look at weather, all brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for life insurance, health insurance, or retirement planning.
The Imperial County Public Health Department released updated numbers on the coronavirus in the Valley. There are 17 additional positive cases in the Valley in the past 24 hours. That's a total of 117 positive out of 977 individuals tested. Currently, 75 cases remain active and 39 people have recovered from the virus. The number of deaths remains at 3. Of the positive cases, 30 are from El Centro, 29 from Calexico, 20 from Brawley, 16 from Imperial, 8 from Heber, 12 from Salton Sea area, 3 from Hopeville, 2 from Calapat, and 1 each from Westmoreland and Winter Haven. Well, the Calexico neighborhood house is closing. George Gale has the story.
They have closed their offices at the Kxo neighborhood house. They say their utmost priority is the community and their employees. Therefore, in compliance with the state standards and recommendations for the COVID-19 pandemic, they are closing their offices until further notice. Some services, however, remain available. They include the Diaper Resource Center. Call 760-427-7308 to make an appointment. The Emergency Food Program remains in service. To set up an appointment, call 760-357-6875. And the Happy Kids Preschool, parents will be contacted and updated on school assignments by their child's teacher. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Earlier this week on a Monday afternoon traffic accident, it resulted in the spilling of some hazardous materials. The accident occurred at about 5:25 Monday at Huff and Adair Roads. According to the California Highway Patrol, a tractor trailer loaded with drywall was involved, and the damaged big rig began leaking engine fluids. A tow company was called to remove the wreckage, and a hazmat team was called in to contain the spill. Huff Road was closed through Tuesday afternoon to clean up the area. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
David H. West Insurance has been helping residents in Imperial Valley for many years with their insurance needs. David, Jose, and staff are trained professionals who can help you make the right decision with your insurance coverage, from health, Medicare, and most importantly, a life insurance plan. How much life insurance do you need and what's your monthly cost? We'll call David H. West Insurance today to make an appointment and get a free quote on a life insurance plan that's right for you and your family at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says dry and seasonable conditions are forecast to prevail into next week across the Imperial and Yuma valleys. A dry low-pressure system will bring breezy conditions Friday with slightly cooler conditions on Saturday. High pressure will take over Sunday into Monday, with temperatures rising into the upper 80s across the valley. A second dry weather system is likely for next Tuesday, bringing another round of breezy conditions and a brief dip in temperatures before rebounding later next week. 83 our high yesterday, 51 the low. Sunny today with a high near 86, west wind about 5 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low around 57, west-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Thursday will be sunny with a high near 90, West-southwest wind about 5 miles per hour. 56 degrees downtown, 54% our relative humidity. Wind out of the west-northwest at 5 to 7 miles an hour. Your border wait, downtown Calexico, about a 15-minute wait, no waiting sentry, no waiting pedestrian. Eastport, a 15-minute wait, no waiting sentry, 10 minutes at the ready lane. Page 2 of the local news and the weather, all brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplemental coverage. David H. West Insurance Services.
I understand how challenging this moment is for our families and our communities. That is why our state is responding at every level of government to slow the spread of COVID-19 while ensuring our most vulnerable Californians have what they need. But we can each do our part, and it starts by staying home. I know this is a big sacrifice for so many, but staying home saves lives. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov.
It's Sports Time brought to you this morning by your Imperial Valley Ford dealers. Well, Zach Prescott said, hey, I'm misunderstood. Yeah, well, according to Prescott, there were fewer than 10 people gathered at his house for a party. Yeah, and he's not happy that people have, have added numbers to that and made him look bad. Hey, Zach doesn't need help on that. Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins says playing football without pomp and circumstance could be refreshing. Yeah. The Vikings quarterback says while the NFL is pressed forward with plans to start the season as scheduled, Cousins said yesterday that he believes there are creative and unique ways to make certain the games do take place. KXO Sports Time, 7:52.
Everyone is trying to do their part, especially now. And here's how your Ford dealer is built to lend a hand. Ford service centers are an essential part of your community. And your Ford dealer is there to help you during these trying times. If your vehicle is in need of service, simply call to schedule an appointment. Your participating Ford service centers are ready to help. Ask about pickup and delivery options. Plus, they've implemented enhanced cleaning measures for added peace of mind. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let your local Ford dealer do their part and help take care of you. Contact your local participating Ford dealer for more details or go online at Ford.com.
Hank Steinbrenner, the oldest son of George Steinbrenner and one of the 4 siblings who owned the controlling shares of the New York Yankees, died yesterday at the age of 63. The team said he died at his home in Clearwater, Florida, due to a long-standing health issue. And back to the NFL, Alvin Kamara reacting to Christian McCaffrey becoming the NFL's highest-paid running back. Kamara is looking to pick up a similar payday with his team. Kamara now in only his 4th NFL season. And the PGA is planning for a championship in August without spectators in case local authorities and health experts do not allow them. And in other sports news, the USGA is investing $5 million in a relief fund for 59 members in its Allied Golf Association, which represent state and regional golf associations. That's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you this morning by your Imperial Valley Ford dealers. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs. From business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. Financial news and the weather brought to you by H&R Block. Get your taxes done right. Visit the nearest H&R Block today. Well, the retail sales plunged a record 8.7% in March as the coronavirus crisis freezes the U.S. economy. Sales fell for the second month in a row in what's likely to be a prolonged period of agony for an industry that still relies heavily on foot traffic and customers bunched together when they shop. The plunge in sales last month was more than double the biggest one-month decline during the 2007-2009 Great Recession. Sales sank 27% at auto dealers, 17% at gas stations, two of the biggest segments of the retail industry, according to government figures. Sales fell a smaller but still crushing 3.1%, excluding those categories. In other industries, many restaurants are trying to survive by offering drive-through, delivery, or take-out options, but that hasn't been enough to prevent a steep drop-off in sales. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down nearly 500 points on early trading. The NASDAQ Composite off 138 points. And the S&P 500 is down 58 points currently. KXO News Time is 7:58.
This is what most people's heart rate sounds like when they're getting their taxes done. And this is what it sounds like when you file at H&R Block. Because they've got upfront transparent pricing, so you'll know the price before you begin. And that is my stomach demanding tacos. Upfront transparent pricing. Just another way it's better with Block.
This tax season, go easy on yourself and let H&R Block prepare your taxes for you. Visit any H&R Block location here in the Imperial Valley, Yuma, San Luis, or Blythe.
We'll have sunny skies today with a high near 86, west wind about 5 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low 57, west-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Thursday will be sunny with a high near 90, west-southwest wind around 5 miles per hour. Right now, downtown 56 degrees, 54% relative humidity, wind out of the west-northwest at 5 to 7 miles an hour. A reminder, Evan Hughes Highway closed in the area of Forester Road due to roadway flooding. Hard closure in effect as they're pumping out the water. Again, that's Evan Hughes in the area of Forester Road. Financial news and the weather brought to you this morning by H&R Block. They've got locations throughout the Imperial, Yuma, and Palo Verde valleys.
If you want to know what's happening tonight, this week, or this weekend in Imperial Valley, simply visit the KXO Radio website by logging on to kxoradio.com and click on the community calendar. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you'll be in the know on what's going on in our community. The community calendar on kxoradio.com is brought to you in part by SoCal Gas.
Coming up, CBS News on the hour. We'll be back after that. Local news when and where it happens on AM 1230.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
This is CBS
CBS News on the Hour, presented by Capital One Bank.
I'm Steve Kathan. In northern New Jersey, a government plan to gradually start the stalled economy is taking shape. CBS's Paula Reed says targets are in place for next month when the coronavirus pandemic should be easing.
The first phase focuses on really preparing the country, explaining to people how they should continue their mitigation efforts, and starting to educate people about how the government intends to roll some of those efforts back. Now, the second phase, which will go until about May 15th, emphasizes ramping up manufacturing of testing kits and also hiring more healthcare support workers to help with this massive response. But the country doesn't really start to reopen until phase 3, which cannot, according to this plan, begin before May 1st.
On CBS This Morning, CDC Chief Dr. Robert Redfield said a lot needs to be squared away.
It's going to be really important to get a few things in place, more obviously testing for early diagnostics, expand the public health capacity for early diagnosis, isolation, and contact tracing.
The government says retail sales suffered an unprecedented plunge last month thanks to the virus shutdown. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Retail sales in March were down by 8.7% from the previous month and 6.2% from year-ago levels.
Auto sales dropped 25%. Clothing store sales tumbled 50%. Restaurants and bars reported a nearly 27% fall in revenue. With schools closed, many teachers are trying to do lessons online. CBS's Meg Oliver tells us it's not so easy.
Dallas teacher Andrea Bazemore works at a school with a lot of students from low-income households.
I had a student who was doing her reading lesson, and we were on such a great momentum, but we had to stop about 10-20 minutes in because her data had run out. We didn't have Wi-Fi in the house.
Are you concerned that they're going to be left behind?
Oh, I'm absolutely concerned.
Education expert Dr. Karen Aronian agrees. She said data is already pointing to a very steep decline.
We're looking at, with reading, a 30% drop-off, and in math, 50%.
Massachusetts Senator and former presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren used an online video today to endorse presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden.
Joe Biden is a selfless public servant. He is committed to the fight for social, racial, and economic justice. Joe Biden will lead a government that works for the American people.
More than a dozen people taken to hospitals today after an early morning 50-vehicle pileup on an icy Chicago expressway. This is CBS News.
Why settle for average? With Capital One, you can open an account with a savings rate 5 times the national average. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet? Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
It's totally normal to be constipated with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way.
Maybe it's occasional constipation.
Maybe it's not.
You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives to help relieve belly pain and let you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Maybe it's not occasional constipation. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. You may be able to talk to a doctor online. Visit linzess.com. Sponsored by Allergan and Ironwood.
Stimulus money from the government can help with the rent. It can also put food on the table. It can also help others.
Sharon Lambert says she thankfully doesn't need her $1,200 government stimulus check.
It was just laid on my heart to bring it here because there's a lot of people that are hungry around here. So that's what we all need to do. Open our hearts first.
The Bay St. Louis, Mississippi woman did just that by donating the $1,200 to a local food pantry.
I'm going to tell you, it gave me chills when she did it.
Sandra Robert volunteers at the Hancock County, Mississippi Food Bank. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Republican lawmakers in Kentucky have swept aside the Democratic governor's veto of a bill to require the state's residents to show a government-issued photo ID in order to vote. The American Civil Liberties Union of Kentucky says it will consider filing legal action to try to halt the measure. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for
Carroll Buckley.
things he says and like you can connect to them.
AM 1230 KXO.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Barney.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Bonjour.
Hi.
How you doing there?
Yellow.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yo, yo.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello.